Has anyone considered how all of this COVID-19 flu is going to affect the Chinese people? More specifically, the Chinese people that are in other countries. Say, for example, here in the United States. How do you think it's going to affect their restaurants, their dry cleaning stores, their hair care in the African American communities, their hair care stores? I mean, just their businesses in general. How is this going to affect them? Do you think that it will affect them adversely? Do you think that people will stop going to their businesses? Do you think people will stop paying patronage to their businesses because they'll think in their mind that they're responsible or they could be a carrier of this virus flu? Do you think that businesses are just going to start shutting down all over the country? All over the United States, businesses are going to suffer. The Asian, and it could even, I mean, some people won't be able to differentiate a Thai from, someone from Thailand or someone from, I should say, the Philippines or, somewhere other than China. Do you think people won't be able to tell the difference? And it'll just hit all people that they believe are Chinese and they won't pay patronage to their business? You think Koreans will suffer? I mean, how do you think this is going to affect those people and those businesses that they have had faithfully for many years? I'm curious. I'm curious to know what you think. It's entirely possible that we're going to wake up one day and there isn't going to be any cleaners owned by Asians. There's not going to be any dumpling shops owned by Asians. There's not going to be a Chinatown in your neighborhood. Maybe it is dirty and filthy and you never went there. Or maybe some of the places were clean. Maybe the places that were dirty just made you think, well, they're all dirty and I didn't pay patronage anyway. Or maybe you've gone to places that were really well kept and clean and friendly, and you are sad to see them go. But all in all, I would be willing to bet that there will be a lot of businesses of people that are Chinese or that you think are Chinese that are going to lose a lot of business. A lot of business is going to be lost. That's my guess. I'm not here to say that that's right, and I'm not here to say that that's wrong. I'm just here to pose the question, give you a little context on it, and, I know I've been to Chinatown here in Chicago, and it's not clean. And I don't know why the health organization never required it to be clean. I don't know what it's like in your part of the country, because I'm sure you have a Asian community and specifically a Chinese community in your town, your city. It just was never clean, and that wasn't appealing to me. I mean, there are places that are clean, but I see a lot that aren't. And I never understood why they were allowed to stay in business. I mean, I remember this one place where I know of an experience where there was a living roach in some of the hard noodles that you get with your wonton soup. That tells me a lot about that restaurant. And and it wasn't clean. It was in no way, shape, or form clean. But yet it was permitted to stay open. It was that kind of restaurant where if you were to sit at the table, your hands would stick to it from it not being cleaned enough. The windows were dirty with grease. It was a dirty place. So I just really wonder what is going to happen to these businesses, whether they're clean and well kept or they're dirty and they're not well kept. Will these businesses survive after the country reopens? I'm gonna guess a lot won't, but only time will tell. And I don't wish bad on anyone. I'm not saying that they should or should not be open. But I am saying that it's going to be interesting when the country opens back up, who's left standing.